Hi, my name's Janelle and welcome back to Rosery Apparel. Today I'm back with another Thrift With Me video. I decided to do a little bit of thrift shopping yesterday. It's kind of the first week back at work for everyone, so the thrift shops, or op shops as we call them here in Australia, have just opened back up for the year, and I just felt it was time to do a little bit of thrifting again. It's been quite a few months since I've been op shopping, and yeah, I wanted to see if there were any fun treasures to find. I feel like just after Christmas and just after New Year's, a lot of people do a lot of purging, so I feel like this is a good time to go op shopping, and I was not disappointed. I ended up finding so many cute things for my home. I'm so excited to show you. I also went to our local flea market on the weekend. I didn't find as much there, but I did take a few video snippets here and there of that day, so I thought I would include that in this video. So yeah, without further ado, before I get in and actually show you everything I found, let me pop in all the footage from yesterday and from the market on the weekend so you can see a little bit of what the op shops are looking like at the moment. Okay, so without further ado, let me get in and show you all the fun things I found while off shopping yesterday. I thought I would just start with the small few items that I found at the Avondale market, which sadly I didn't have that much luck. I did buy quite a few sweet treats and things like that, but they're all gone now. But the other few items that I did find include these two trims. I'm always trying to add to my trim collection because I just find they're so handy to have, and often it's not until you've actually started making a sewing project that you realize you want to add some trim to it to just take it to the next level. So I like to have a few options on hand when I'm in the middle of making a garment. So the first item I have to share is this brown rickrack. I am very drawn to rickrack. I think it's such a cute trim, and obviously finding it in one of my favorite shades to sew with was very exciting, and I also love that it's kind of still in its original vintage packaging. I thought that was so cute, and the lady let me have it for I think like $1. And then I also found this beautiful lace trim. It is just so delicate and lovely. Again, it's in its original packaging. There's pretty much a whole roll there, I think, and so I decided to pick this one up too. Again, I can't quite remember the price, but I think it was around $1.50 or something. And then the last item I found at the Avondale market on the weekend is a copy of Good Material by Dolly Alderton. I have not actually read any books by Dolly Alderton. I've had a few audiobooks on my phone ready to listen to, but I haven't actually gotten around to doing that. But I have been so close to buying this book at bookshops every time I see it because I'm just so drawn to the cover. Such a beautiful and bright graphic cover. I just love it so much. I don't know much about it. I've seen a lot of people pick this up, but don't really hear many people talking about it, so I don't know if that's a bad sign or not, but I'm very excited that I managed to pick it up secondhand. It only cost me $1. I'm excited to read it, see if it actually is any good, because yeah, like I said, not many people are actually talking about what they think about this book. Right, now I have a big bag full of things that I picked up from the op shop yesterday. I don't know, there's something about the collection of things I found. They all just look so nice together. I kind of like put them all up on my dining room table when I got home, and I was just blown away by how good everything looked together. Definitely not planned, but happy about it nonetheless. The first item I picked up actually was a knitting pattern. It is this one here. It's by the brand Paytons, and what I was drawn to was obviously this rose knit on the front. I just think that is so pretty. I really want to get into colorwork knitting this year. I've got a few patterns on my wish list that I want to buy, but I had to pick this one up too because I don't know, if you can't already tell, I love roses. My brand name is Rosery Apparel, so I thought I just had to pick this one up. I feel like this could make a really nice vest. It is quite busy as a jumper, but I think if it was just a vest, that could look really nice. There's nothing much else in this pattern book that I was that drawn to. Like, there's some nice kind of lacy knits in there, but yeah, really I picked it up for the knit on the front. I just think that is so pretty, and it cost me $2. Next, I have a basket because I cannot go to an op shop and not pick up a basket, it seems. It's just this tiny little kind of flower shaped basket. It's got a lid, which I think is very nice. I feel like this could be a really nice container to keep threads or just little sewing accessories or sewing tools that I have lying around. Often I just have them scattered all over the place, but maybe if I keep them all in one spot like this, that could work really well. This basket was only $1, so I thought it was a no-brainer, and I think will look really nice in my new sewing studio. Next, I have a couple of terracotta items. The first one is this wine cooler. We already own one of these that we picked up from an op shop a few months ago, and it honestly has come in so handy, and I love that it is practical because it keeps our cold wines cool, but it also looks very aesthetic as well. I love terracotta, and I just have it kind of all over my house, honestly. I love just the typical terracotta pots. I've got a lot of plants planted in those. And we have kind of got a bit of a terracotta theme going on in our boat shed entertaining area that we've been working on renovating over the last year or so. So when I saw this for $4, I decided I would pick it up and add it to the collection, because sometimes we have multiple people bringing white wine or rosé and things, and you need a couple of wine coolers. So yeah, they definitely do come in handy, and the more the merrier. Then I also picked up this terracotta jug. Oh wow, I am completely obsessed. Again, this will be going into the boat shed to go with our terracotta theme. This jug cost $5, which I think is a real bargain for what it is. I don't know if we're going to be using this for drinks, but either way, it's going to look really nice on the shelves we've got down there, and also could be a really nice vase as well. I've just noticed there are spider webs in there. Not a fan of that. I'm gonna give it a good clean after this video and then bring it down to its new home. Next up, I have this amber glass decanter, which still has some wine or something in it. I don't know what that is. It's kind of a bit gross when you think about it, but Matt smelt it when I brought it home and he thinks it might be a sherry or something. This decanter is like different to your average decanter. It's quite little, but obviously the amber glass is stunning, and as soon as I saw it, I added it to my basket because yeah, it is just something a little bit different. I love this yellow amber glass. At the moment, I've been collecting a few different bits and pieces, and yeah, I saw a lot at the Emmendale market as well. Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't actually buy any there, if I'm honest. This decanter was $8, so I think a little bit pricey for what it is, but it's obviously very stunning, and yeah, will work really nicely with the other bits and pieces I've been picking up for my amber glassware collection. And yeah, I think again, this might go down into the boat shed, onto the shelves. We're trying to style the shelves in a beautiful way, so I think this would be a really nice piece for that. Another potential item to put on the shelves down in the boat shed is this ceramic teapot. Again, it's got that yellow retro look. It's got kind of like a caramel colored glaze, which is stunning. It's got a lid as well, which is nice, and it's got this beautiful pattern on it. I'm not sure what the pattern's called, but it's again very retro. This pot is interesting. It had a $15 price tag and then a $5 price tag. So the 15 is what someone obviously originally sold it at, like a probably at Evandale Market or something like that. And the op shop was selling it for $5, so I snapped that up. See what I mean by everything working so nicely together. They kind of all feel like they're part of the one collection. Even the basket just goes so well with the yellow and terracotta tones. I don't know. It's just very satisfying to me. Next, I have a fabric item. I'm not even 100% sure what it is. It's in this plastic and I haven't actually opened it up yet because I thought I'd open it up on camera. It's just this brown gingham fabric. I'm obviously a huge fan of gingham, but if I can find gingham secondhand in kind of my go-to color palette, it just makes my day. So I was very excited to find this. This piece cost me $5 and let's open it up and see how much fabric I've actually got here. Okay, so it feels really nice, like quite crisp, but definitely cotton, which I'm really excited about. I actually think it's just fabric. I thought it might have been like a curtain or something. Wow, there's heaps of fabric there. Oh my goodness. There's like enough to make a dress. I'm so happy. There's like there's about 4 meters of fabric here. I am so happy with that. It's kind of got like a slight crinkle texture. It is so nice. I am so happy with that. It's so rare these days to find good quality fabric secondhand. So to find this on my first op shopping adventure of the year, I'm really happy with that. I have one more piece to show from the op shopping trip yesterday, but I do have 2 other random items that I picked up. Just before Christmas, I went into an antique shop and I picked up these 2 items and I thought I'd quickly show them in this video because I'm so in love with them. The first item is this little rose mold. It's a mold for biscuits. So one of my Christmas traditions is to make speculoos because I think speculoos is just a better version of gingerbread. And I decided I wanted to pick up a mold to make my speculoos this year. I had a look in Holland while I was there and I didn't actually find any molds that I was completely in love with. And I did see this mold at this particular antique shop like months and months before I was in the Netherlands. And so I kind of had this as the goalpost. I wanted something cute, a little bit different, and unlike any other mold. You know, I love the traditional Dutch molds, but I just wanted something a little bit more me like this. And so when I got home from Europe, I decided to pop into this antique shop, which by the way, is one of my favorite antique shops where I live. I'll leave it linked below because if you're in the area, you need to go and check it out. And so I went in and this little mold was still there. I was so excited. So I picked it up. It was $12, I think. And it honestly just made my speculoos this year look so cute. I'll put some photos in of how they turned out. It was just so fun to experiment with this mold. I think I still need to like practice using it. I used soft dough and then molded it and then put it in the fridge and they turned out pretty good, but I don't know if that's the best practice or if there's a better way to do it. So yeah, if you use biscuit molds and have any tips for me, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. Yeah, it's all a bit of a learning experience. The next item is this door knocker. It's got a swan on it, which is kind of perfect because we have the most beautiful black swans here on the river where I live. And literally just over the Christmas break, we have seen so many swan families swimming up the river. It's just been the most beautiful thing. I've seen so many baby swans over the last few weeks and it just brings me so much joy. So yeah, I found this swan door knocker and fell in love with it. I actually bought this for Matt for his birthday. So I wrapped it up as soon as I got home and gave it to him because he's one of those unfortunate people that have their birthday in between Christmas and New Year's, and he loves it. We're thinking of putting it on the door of the boat shed, but it just doesn't work because the door's not very symmetrical, which is so annoying. So we might actually put this on our front door instead. Either way, he loved it and it's just perfect. So perfect for our place. And the very last item I have to share with you is the one I'm probably the most excited about. Basically the only thing I had on my list yesterday while I was op shopping were bedside tables. I'm planning on making our bedroom just a bit more cozy this year, especially before it starts to cool down here. I really want it to be a really cozy, inviting space. And I had a pretty clear idea of the types of bedside tables I wanted to get, and I basically have found exactly what I was after. Let me try and show you. It's a bit heavy. Here it is. I am obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with like the little curved details down here. I love the details on the legs as well. I'll put some proper shots in of it now so you can get a good proper look at it, because yeah, I don't think I'm doing a very good job of showing it. Unfortunately, there was only one, which is a shame, but I picked it up anyway because it's honestly exactly what I had in mind. It only cost me $10, which is an absolute bargain. It's not in the best condition. There's a few dents and chips in it, but I'm hoping I can find a paint color that is as close to the stain color as possible so I can just like do a few touch-ups, because I really love the color it is at the moment. Like the timber stain is just, again, exactly what I was after. So yeah, I'm really excited about that find and so excited to get started with my bedroom makeover. I'm very much in the early stages of planning that out, but I'm hoping to document the whole process on my channel this year. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, then be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out when those videos go up. But yeah, that is everything I found while op shopping and thrift shopping over the last few days. Please let me know in the comments below which of these items was your favorite. Mine is definitely the bedside table. I'm so excited by it, and I also am just so chuffed with this fabric as well. What a find. I hope you enjoyed this video and that it's inspired you to have a go at thrift shopping or op shopping items for your home instead of just buying them brand new from stores. If you did enjoy this video, it would really mean a lot to me if you could give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more thrifting and sewing type videos like this one. Have a lovely day and thanks for watching.